Hey YouTube, this is Giant Jigglypuff 3 here. You guys might be wondering, how do I build a team in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, or I guess it's just in general for Pokemon. So here is a Gen 6 team, I guess, type coverage resistance thing. So what you can do is just type in Pokemon, right? Any Pokemon you want your team based around. It can be any two Pokemon, though I recommend one Pokemon. So let's say you want to base a team off of, um, I don't know, Mega Audino. So Mega Audino. Oh, why is it not working? Audino. Mega, there we go. Yeah, don't know why I had to do that. So it'll tell you what abilities you want to select, so it only has healer. And for the moves, you don't care unless you're trying to go for type coverage. But for now, we're just going to go with this. It'll show you all the things that you uh, resist, all the things that you are one time, two times a week, everything. So to go after this, what would be a good help for Audino, right? Mega Audino. Let's say that Mega Audino is our Calm Mind, and it's gonna have Dazzling Gleam, Wish, Protect. I don't know. Let's just say that that's the moveset. Okay. We're gonna go to a second Pokemon. What Pokemon can take on poison types and steel types? First thing that comes to mind to me is Magnezone. Zone. Yeah, I'm gonna give this the Magnet Pull ability. I'm gonna say Hidden Power Fire. I'm gonna say Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Flash Cannon. Alright, cool. So I wanna actually hide the more info thing so it doesn't get in the way. And now we added Magnezone, so we added a bunch of resistances, so that's great. The more green you see, the better. But on the downside of what you also see is red. Now, you'll notice that there is dark red, dark green, light red, and light green. Alright? Dark green means you are great, definitely balanced. Uh, the light red, and light green mean probably balanced, probably unbalanced, it's somewhere in between. And dark red means you need to fix that shit. So now that I actually added two Pokemon, you can see that there's a dark red and a light red, and mostly it's dark green, but you get the point. So what am I absolutely weak to right now? I am weak to ground, I'm weak to fire, steel is even, so I won't worry too much about steel, but steel is still a thing. Poison and fighting. Now, can you think of anything that resists those? Um, Me just coming up with it on the spot, when I see a ground type and I see fighting type, I think flying. So I might want to add a flying Pokemon. So let's try Talonflame. Alright, I'm going to give it Gale Wings, because why wouldn't you? Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, U-Turn, and Roost. I'm just making up a set. This isn't the Choice Bandit set, but you get the point. So now I got rid of the fire, fighting, all that stuff. But now I have Pokemon weak to water. Electric is still kind of iffy. I have Gigantic Rock and Ground. So wait, is that ground? Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's light. I have Gigantic Rock weakness. Ground is even. Poison's about even, and fighting's about even. So how does this thing rank it? It says that this is, I think, uh, 1, 2, 4, and I think this is 0. And then 1 and 2. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, actually, no, these two are about even. So I think it might be like 1, 2, 4, and then 2 and 4. That might be what it is. I'm not sure. But looking at this now, I have all these weaknesses. I want to do something about this rock weakness. Now, what can I do about this rock weakness? Well, I'm not going to add another steel type because I'll just make more, whatever else I had before. So what I can do though is, what resists rock? Let's just look it up. Why not? I have the internet. what resists rock? We have fighting, ground, and steel. So I might try fighting ground. Or just a fighting type in general. Let's see what we got. What other weaknesses do we have? Water, fire, steel. And if you don't know a type, just go ahead and say fighting Pokemon. And it'll show you the type. You can either go to Bulbapedia or database, it doesn't matter. And let's look up I guess, a ground fighting. Going down. Is there not a ground fighting? There actually might not be. Dang, okay. Well, that's my beat. Uh, let's see here. Fighting, poison, uh, ground, rock. Oh, what else was this, I guess? Just ground. Oh, actually, I can also kill this water weakness if I go, Seismitoad. So I'm gonna go Seismitoad. For its ability, I'm gonna say Water Absorb. Does it actually matter that I picked it? No, actually it didn't matter, so I don't even know why this has this. I'm gonna give it, let's say, Drain Punch, Earthquake, Rock Slide, I guess. Let's get Rock Slide. I hope it gets Rock Slide. That way I don't sound like an idiot. I don't know. Rest. I'm just making up a move now. Just to put in there. Now let's look at the coverage. Everything is light red, which is pretty good because, uh, you know, that means you're pretty balanced. It says pretty unbalanced, but honestly, if I have two that resist and one that's weak, then I'm okay with that. But now let's just get rid of some of the light red stuff on the side. Like you see this ground and this rock. So what resists ground and rock? Honestly, I don't think there is anything, possibly a grass type. But looking at my other weaknesses, I wouldn't mind getting one of these weaknesses because I already have something to compensate for that. So, looking at this, I have this fighting right here. So I can look at I'm looking at this, something that's psychic. So going up here and saying I want to add a psychic type. And let's see here, what psychic types do I have options? I can go for like an Assault Escalade or something like that. But also another thing you want to keep in mind is I have 2 physical attackers, 2 special attackers. Not really anything for support, right? So if I want more support Pokemon, I could, let's see here. And I keep saying let's see here, but actually I can add a fighting type. So let's try Hitmontop. Hitmontop. Let's see what that does. Okay, I'm gonna give it Intimidate, and I'm gonna make it a Rapid Spinner. Rapid Spin. That way it'll help my Talonflame. Mach Punch. I don't know. Earthquake. Earthquake and Drain. Does it get Drain Punch? Apparently, if it doesn't get the move, it won't list it. So yay. Earthquake and I don't know, Stone Edge. Why not? So now it's gonna say, what I have. It says at this moment I only have a fighting and a psychic weakness. Now, what resists this bug resists psychic. Psychic is not super effective against psychic. Dark and steel. Oh, I don't want to add dark because that will make that fighting weakness huge. I don't want to add a steel type. So what I can do is I can add a psychic type, which I haven't already, but I already have the thing pulled up. So, what else is borderline? This ground right here. So, would a fighting help? What was this ground? Go into here. What was this ground? Grass, flying, bug, and I guess any levitators. So, I can probably have like Bronzong or something like that for screens. Bronzong. Looking at that. Cool. So everything's mostly dark green. I only have one light green. And I'm going to give it the ability to levitate. Oh, actually, I saw something change. Right here. This thing right here. This fire right here. Oh, because it thinks I'm also heat proof. Oh, okay. So if I get rid of Bronzong, it'll only say 1, right? No, it still says 2. Bronzong. It still says 2, but if I say heat proof, it doesn't give me a. Well, it does give me this giant red thing right here. So watch out for that. I'm gonna say levitate again. Huh? That's weird. Didn't say. Oh, because it's neutral, right? Right. Heat proof. Can't fire. There's that neutral. Okay. Yeah, you're right. My bad. My bad. Levitate. Okay. Um, let's say reflect. Reflect. A light screen. Gyro ball. And what's another move? Explosion because I'm awesome. Okay. So I have my whole move set and Pokemon. What I don't recommend is coming up with the move set right then and there. But what I do recommend is do like I guess 3 of them, right? If you see that they're all special attackers or most special attackers, then you come up with the other Pokemon saying these should all be physical. Or not, they should be. Should be. That's good job, Cyrus. It's not that they shouldn't be. It's just that it'd help if they were physical attackers as well, because Blissey's are a thing. If these were all support Pokemon, you might want these to be sweepers. If these were all attackers, you might want some support. So that's why when I made these Pokemon, I realized none of these Pokemon have Rapid Spin or Heal Bell or whatever. So I made him on top. Now, something that I don't see with this team is that I don't have anything that set up entry hazards. I'm not sure if Bronzong gets Stealth Rocks. If it does, I would replace Explosion. Well, actually, let's just try it out. Do you get Stealth Rock? Stealth Rock. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I have Entry Hazard. I have Rapid Spinner / Defogger. No Heal Beller. I could put on him Mega Adina, but Mega Adina is my win condition. That's the first Pokemon I made. And this Talonflame is only to check what this Mega Adina should not be able to get. I could put Hyper Voice on here, something of the sort, but this is what I just made off the whim. Didn't even plan this. After type coverage, I'm going to go to here, and it's going to say, looking at all my moves, what I have. It's going to say all my non-stab physical, stab physical. So, what do I, you've got coverage, I guess? Sure, I got coverage there. Is this what it's super effective against, or what I have on my thing? So I see this Drain Punch, so I'm guessing that's all okay. I don't have anything that hits Fairy for super effective, so I'm guessing this is like what you can hit for super effective. That is stab and non-stab. Okay. Oh, like the Drain Punch? No, Drain Punch isn't stab. Oh, but I have the Mach Punch though. I don't get that. I have a stab. Oh, maybe it's just this? Do I have a normal type? Oh, I have Explosion, duh. Okay, my bad. So these are the types of moves you do have. So if you're wanting a special type of move, I guess, you go to here. I don't actually use this feature. I only use this one, and I make teams based off them. And it's not that they do well. This does not guarantee that you do well, but it does guarantee that if you go into a battle, they won't have one Pokemon that can sweep your whole team, as long as that Pokemon is not especially OP, and by that I mean like Mega Salamence, cough cough, or they haven't boosted up. I mean, it could have like amazing coverage and hit every one of you, but if they're choiced in any way, you will have a switch in. For example, if they have Flare Blitz, you will have Seismitoad. If they have Earthquake, you will have Talonflame or Bronzong. If they have Poison Jab, you have the Bronzong Seismitoad. Magnezone. If you're in Megaladina and they go into Ferrothorn, you will switch onto Magnezone and deal with it. So that's, I guess, a little bit of team building. If you want to try them out, go ahead. I recommend doing it on Showdown first if you're into this Showdown format. If you're into VGC, there's also a VGC format on Pokemon Showdown. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Go to here. It says VGC 2015. They do have Smogon stuff. And if you just want to try it out with people, there are custom battles. Where are the custom battles? There's some on here, I think. Just go with anything goes. I mean, like, why not? As long as you and your friends know that it's legal and stuff. Uh, so you should be alright. I think you have to challenge someone specifically to get the custom thing on there. But yeah, things that are okay. If you only have one red spot, like one dark red spot, I guess, then you're actually fine, because then just realize when you're making the move sets that that type is trouble, and so just compensate by having a type that resists it. Not actually like a Pokemon type, because obviously you would have had it there, but I meant like if I was weak to, let's say here, let me do this again. Let me make it heat proof, right? Let's say I had this weakness to ground, so I would put a move on one of these Pokemon that is super effective against ground, just to scare it out. Because usually it would be stab, or it's possibly earthquake. There's always that chance. They could have like a Haxorus or something like that with earthquake. It doesn't have to be stab. Oh, it's still weak to ice, but you get the point. Other things you should worry about um, when you're making a team. All right, when you're looking for the Stealth Rock user and the Aromatherapy user, you don't need all of those. For example, like looking at this team, I don't have anything with a Heal Bell, so if my opponent has something with Toxic, I only have two. Oh, I do have to resist. Oh, I remember I said I wouldn't put two Steel types on the same team. Oh well, whatever. Psh, whatever. If they have Magnezone of their own, I have an Magnezone. Hopefully, Talonflame can kill it. Um, so uh, I don't have aromatherapy. You don't need a rapid spinner. You don't need a defogger. As long as your team doesn't look like they need it, you'll be fine. But if you have a team of all flying Pokemon and you have no defog user or rapid spinner, then you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have a bad time. Stuff really easy to get out. Toxic's really easy to use. They're all like one-turn things. Now, if your team is weak to Toxic spikes, I mean, like that's a little rare. If your team is weak to, I don't know, like I guess rain. I don't know. Like you have a bunch of things with dry skin and you're versing a sun team. Like when is that gonna happen? you know. I mean, I guess sometimes if you're versing a Mega Charizard or a Ninetales or something, or if you're in Ubers and you're playing against a Groudon. But I don't see that often. Um, Other things you can do is if you have a type with 0 and 0, that means everything's neutral. And so, like for example, this fighting has 1 and 1, and for everything else it's neutral, right? If you have an empty slot, let's say I didn't have the Bronzong, right? Let's say I didn't have this. Then you would actually try to, make it so that you have a resistance. That way, they can't just say, hey, this thing is neutral against everyone. Let's go ahead and use this type. This will also help when your opponent's trying to guess what Pokemon you're going to switch into, because you have so much typing that if you make the right prediction, you can get the advantage. The last thing I want to say about this is if you do use two Pokemon as your core, I guess, or even if you're using one, make sure your support helps out that Pokemon. For example, I have the Hitmontop with Rapid Spin, right? You might be like, oh, it's for the Talonflame, right? Well, technically, I don't need this Hitmontop. I just kind of put it for the typing. I just wanted to show you how this worked. Although it does help the Talonflame, it also does help with Sticky Web when I want to switch into Magnezone. If there's Toxic Spikes, like I don't have a Heal Bell, remember? So I can't deal with Toxic Spikes. Oh gosh, dang it. What's going on? Stop. I don't have a deal with Toxic Spikes. So Hitmontop would be the thing. As long as you focus more on this Pokemon than your other Pokemon. That's the point of this team building exercise. Hopefully this video helped you guys, and hopefully you guys can make good teams. As Giant Puff 3 signing out.